Hey guys, just as a warning, I'm gonna be eating like I am right now because I'm hungry. So yeah, just get ready for that. Also, I'm microwaving something in the background. So if you hear that, that's what it is. It might go off pretty shortly. It's a Boca Burger, in case you're wondering. But today is a very, very momentous day in this channel. I got my first hate comment, and I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Excuse me one second. I'm real happy. Shut up, microwave! Sorry. So yeah, this... One second. I'm gonna go figure out. So, YouTube... My channel... It was on the Be More Chill video. The Why Be More Chill Sucks Theater Stuff #1. And it was commented by This Turtle Draws, a channel with 35 subscribers, I think? 32. I would make it 33, but I'm kind of subscribing to everyone right now. I'll read you the entire thing before I go into it in depth, but I'm gonna do it in another take because I want to go get my Boca Burger. So...
Hey, dude. I don't care if you don't like this musical, but there's no reason to call that and the other musicals you said that were, quote, trashy, end quote. Especially Hamilton and Dear Evan Hansen. Honestly, do you think you could do all of the work that gets put into each musical? Can you write it? Be stagehand? The whole orchestra? The cast? No. I don't think so. Personally, Dear Evan Hansen has saved me from suicide. And for you to call it trashy, I can't accept that. If you're going to dislike something, do it respectfully. And how do you think Dear Evan Hansen won 6 Tony Awards? Because they were trashy? No. Heck, I don't even want to know how many people were saved by Be More, 13, Heathers, Hamilton, etc. I know this might be hard for you to do, but you should look at musicals for what they are, not what they're not. Wow, shocker, I know. Stop comparing to other musicals.
Okay. Just for starters, I respect your opinion, dude. I really do. Whatever you want, I'm fine with that. Just don't try to I don't know how to respond to you. Just the sheer amount of idiocy in this comment is mind-blowing. Well, I'll just go through it step by step, okay? We'll just... Phone, if you do... Okay, I'm just gonna... Okay, my phone's over there. Now, I'll go through this, sentence by sentence. Why not that? That'll be easy. So, hey, look, dude, I don't care if you don't like this musical. Good! Good! If you had left it at that, that would have been the perfect comment. I would have taken your criticism, been like, hey, my people don't want this type of content. I wouldn't have made anything else like this. But you kept going, so now we have to deal with that. But there's no reason to call that and all the other musicals that you said that were trashy. Yes, there was. Take it back to your first sentence. It says, you don't like this musical. So, contextual clues that you put up says that the reason that I called it trashy was because I don't like this musical. And, sorry. And it's not like you didn't know that I didn't like this musical, because you clearly said it in the first sentence. I'm still eating, guys. So yeah, it's like, Yes, there's a very good reason to call it trashy, and it's called I Don't Like the Musical. And then you go on to say, especially Dear Evan Hansen and Hamilton. Now, I never insulted Hamilton. I did insult Dear Evan Hansen, but I never insulted Hamilton. So, why would you assume that just because I mentioned Hamilton, I actually praised Hamilton on its use of pop music? And honestly, I'm going to be very honest here. Dear Evan Hansen has a great soundtrack. It's one of, if not the best modern day teen musical soundtracks. I mean, it's not hard to compete, but, you know. So, then you go on to say, honestly, do you think that you could put in all of the work that it takes to get each musical? Okay, I don't think you know that Joe Iconis wrote it, but he was not the stagehand, the whole orchestra, or any of the cast. So, even if he did write it, which I'm attempting to do, I can even link to some stuff down in the description of what I've wrote. Even if he did write it, I am a 15-year-old. A freaking 15-year-old. I have a long way to go. Joe Iconis is probably like 30 years old. I don't know, Joe Iconis, if you're watching this, I don't know your age, so if you're younger than that, tell me. Sorry. But it's like, I'm 15. I'm not even an adult. I can't consent. So, what gives you the right to compare me to Joe Iconis? I mean, you could backhand that and say, what gives you the right to compare Joe Iconis to everyone else? But also, I'm 15. I kind of have to be a stupid teenager. To continue. Then you say, no, I didn't think so, but I already commented on that. Personally, Dear Evan Hansen has saved me from suicide. Okay, this is the one that I've been wanting to talk about. If that's true, if Dear Evan Hansen saved you from suicide, I'm very glad that it did. I believe that no one should be able to, or willing to commit suicide in any regard, because that is a horrible, horrible, horrible thing. And I believe that if Dear Evan Hansen saved you, I will praise Dear Evan Hansen for that. But it doesn't excuse Dear Evan Hansen from criticism. There's always supposed to be criticism, no matter how influential an art form was. Onision! Freaking Onision has saved people from suicide. And do you see anyone blinking an eye when Onision gets trashed by, I don't know, everyone out there? So, just because it saved you from suicide, which I'm not even sure it's true, then it doesn't excuse from criticism. Now, if it's not true, and you just added that to prove your point, and it wasn't true, shut up the freaking phone! Okay. If that's not true, then don't say it. It's offensive to anyone who has committed suicide. And I don't know if you had actually thought about it and Dear Evan Hansen actually saved you, but I would think that that's not the musical to save you. No, wait, there's You Will Be Found. Never mind, that's a good song. You Will Be Found. Pasek and Paul always do a great job. I love Dear Evan Hansen's soundtrack. I personally really like it. It just rides too high on its moral, you know? It's like, look at me, I have a moral, unlike all other musicals, you know? But I do respect it for being, one, Pasek and Paul, and two, an influential musical that teens should hear. Next you say, and for you to call it trashy, I cannot accept that. Well, yes you can. If it saved you from suicide, good for it. good for Paskin Paul and everyone involved, and especially Ben Platt. I truly just adore anything that would save a person from suicide. But I will not excuse it from the criticism that I've already given it. It's what I believe is true. If I say that I don't personally like a show, well, by all means, I have the right to like a show or not. Just like how if I say I like Parade, which is actually my favorite musical, and you go on trash talking Parade, well then go the frick ahead. I don't care. You're not supposed to care. That's the point. It's called criticism. Everyone gets it. Even me, the best YouTuber in the entire world. So if you're gonna dislike something, do it respectfully. Hun, I didn't say everyone in the production was terrible. I just called a specific thing trashy. I complimented people where I tried to. I tried to be respectful, but it's hard when you're trying to compliment things that you seriously don't like. So and you don't have to be respectful in everything that you do. Especially Be More Chill, because Be More Chill sucks. So, I lost where I was. And why do you think Dear Evan Hansen won 6 Tony Awards? Because it's popular. Say it with me, everyone. Because it's popular. Dear Evan Hansen is great. It's a great soundtrack, but it's not deserving of 6 Tonys. Come From Away should have won Best Musical, and Best Orchestration should have gone to Great Comet. A lot of things should have gone to Great Comet. You're welcome, everyone snapping in the background. So, yeah. It won because it's popular, and because that's what the Tonys are. They're a reflection of what's popular. Why else would Groundhog Day win something? Groundhog Day sucks. Sorry to anyone who likes Groundhog Day, but I just personally don't. And then you say because it's trashy? No, heck, I don't want to even know how many people were saved by Be More, 13, Hamilton, and etc. Again, I didn't insult Hamilton, but also, if people were saved by these musicals, good for them. Applause. But it doesn't excuse them from criticism. They're all the same musical, just rewritten a little bit. And people are starting to catch on, and I'm happy about that. But then we're also going to the remake musical, like Catch Me If You Can, Groundhog Day, and stuff like that. I know this might be hard for you to do, but you should look at musicals for what they are, not what they're not. That is not... Okay. Have you ever heard the saying that without light there can be no dark? That you can't criticize something for what it is and not what it isn't. Because those two things exist on the same plane. Whenever you say something is something, it automatically disqualifies it from being another thing. You know? If I say something's a fork, it automatically makes it not a spoon. You know? I could criticize the fork for being a fork, but I could also criticize the fork for being not a spoon. That's a horrible analogy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that analogy. Just... it's a bad analogy. But we're gonna keep going. Wow, shocker, I know. Passive aggressiveness not needed. Stop comparing to other musicals. That is how you rate art. Art is not an objective field where there's a right or wrong answer, and whatever you feel, you compare to other things that you feel. That's why I compared Be More Chill to so much. and why I did not like Be More Chill, because personally, I find it very hard to like a certain type of musical, and it's not because it's an objectively bad type of musical. There are people out there that love it, such as you, This Turtle Draws. But also, there are people out there that don't like it, and like me. So it's a subjective art form. Everything is subjective in art. So, yes, you might like this. But to say stop comparing this to other musicals is to say stop comparing it at all, and to say stop criticizing it. And that's not how art works. Why do you think there are ratings for musicals and for movies and for everything? Why do you think the Emoji Movie got an 8% and, I don't know, Dear Evan Hansen got whatever score it got? Because people compare it to other things that they know. Except if it's like the first piece of musical theater you ever see and you are uncultured, well then maybe you have an excuse. But This Turtle Draws, I highly doubt that this is your first musical, because you successfully said what a stagehand was. But also, you probably rate everything. Like, think of one musical that you don't like. Why don't you like it? Well, because it doesn't have this, because it has this, or because blah, 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 blah. That's comparing it to other musicals, you know? I can't stop criticizing things because you want me to stop. So This Turtle Draws, I responded with, "Thank you for responding critically to this video. I respect your opinion of my YouTube videos, and you should mine of musicals. We are all entitled to our opinion. If you choose to dislike my videos, I applaud your decision. But my opinion of musicals you personally like is nothing other than that, an opinion." And that's what I want to get at. I am able to criticize anything that I want. It's the First Amendment right. Just as you're able to criticize my YouTube channel. You know what? Let's do that. In the comments, trash me. Trash my YouTube channel. Crazy ASS 1209, this is what you've been waiting for. Trash it. Trash my YouTube channel down in the comment section below. And that's totally fine. You're allowed to have criticism of everything. Just like I'm allowed to have criticism of your speed draws, seeing as they're not really an art form. But no musical in the face of the world ever is subject to objective love. None. Name me one and I will name you a person that doesn't like it. And that's because everything in the arts business is subjective. And you need to get off of your high horse and out of your fandom and finally get to really understand that I'm just trying to do the same thing that you're trying to do. And what that is enjoy life and enjoy theater. So if you have a problem with me personally, if you have a problem with my opinions, voice them. But don't try to take away my right to criticize. I have a right to criticize just as you do, and it's not okay for anyone, and I mean anyone out there, to try to take that away. Crazy out.